guys, we're the Sports Addicts podcast, and we're back again today with our breaking news video. George Kittle just signed a 5-year, $75 million deal, contract extension with the 49ers, which includes $30 million at signing and $40 million guaranteed for injury. So, Ash, what's your take on this deal?
Yeah, I think this is a pretty fair deal for both sides. This contract completely annihilates the tight end market in terms of average per year salary. The previous highest paid tight end was Austin Hooper at $10.5 million a year. This is $15 million a year, which is almost 50% more. But I think this is a really fair deal because a lot of people were thinking that this would go into like the top wide receiver money, which it did not. If you're going to compare Kittle's contract to wide receivers, he'd still be outside the top 10, making the same as guys like Jarvis Landry and Adam Thielen. And I think we can all agree to consensus that George Kittle is far more valuable than those wide receivers. Even though those wide receivers are great, George Kittle not only has the passing ability that they have, but he has an exceptional run blocking ability, probably the best run blocker tight end in the league. It really reminds a lot of people of Rob Gronkowski. So I think this is going to be key. This is a key contract because it locks up their best offensive player for the foreseeable future. And it wasn't an overpay either, but Kittle really got what he deserved.
Obviously, it's actually, in my opinion, an underpay because the value that he has to that team as a run blocker and a guy that can generate yards after the catch, it's really tremendous. But an important thing to bring up is that the Niners have all these free agents next year: Richard Sherman, Quan Alexander, Kyle Juszczyk. How do you see this the Niners salary cap being affected by this deal?
Yeah, I think it's definitely they're definitely going to have to work some things around in terms of players that they might keep or let go. As you said, they do have quite a number of free agents at the end of the 2020 season. Guys like Trent Williams, Kyle Juszczyk, Richard Sherman, a few other guys too. I think they're going to have to let go of a few guys that are overpaid. Two that come to mind clearly at the top of my mind are Quan Alexander and D Ford. Those guys were both one. D Ford got traded from the Kansas City Chiefs, and he's making $15 million a year. But last season he was just hampered by injuries, which really slowed him down. Even though he was really productive while he was on the field, he just wasn't able to stay on the field for a long time. So him and Quan Alexander was pretty much the same issue. While he was on the field, he was a great force, but again, he wasn't on the field. And we all know in football, your best trait is availability. Because if you're not on the field and available to play, no matter how talented you are, it's not good for anything. So I think those are two players to keep an eye on in terms of guys that they might release to make room for that cap space, because I don't think they're going to let go of Trent Williams. He's one of the best left tackles in the league. And left tackle is probably the second or third most important position of football. So they'll try to get him locked up. We all know how important Kyle Juszczyk is to that run game. So I don't think he's going to go anywhere either. Richard Sherman's a guy to keep an eye on because he's pretty old, almost 32. And we all know that pass rush from the 49ers last year really catapulted that secondary play. Maybe you could say that part of it's because of Sherman, part of it's because of that pass rush. But it'll be interesting to see whether the 49ers front office thinks that he's really that good of a cornerback or he's just benefiting from a great pass rush. So those are three guys to keep an eye on that are going to be key free agents, and the Niners are going to have to maneuver some of their other players to make sure that they can keep those key players that are going to be free agents.
It'll take a lot of smart cap management on the Niners side and potentially a few team-friendly deals in order for the Niners to retain their core. And one last question I have for you. Travis Kelce, his contract expires in 2022, but do you see his contract getting revised? Because when you talk about top two tight ends, Kelce and Kittle come to mind. And then third is probably Zach Ertz. So where do you see the next contract? Like, how much do you see the next tight end making, the next big tight end making?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is with Kelce, right? He's 30 years old, and as you said, he has 2 more years to play under his current contract. So by the time that contract ends, he'll be 32 years old. Same with Zach Ertz. He signed his first deal, and he's 29 years old. He has another 1 or 2 more years, I believe, on his current deal before he gets that new contract. So those guys will be well into their 30s by the time they get their new deal. The thing with Kittle is that he's far and away the best tight end, and he's also young. He's just 26, so considerably younger than the other two. I think it'll be a while before before any tight end breaks Kittle's contract, because none of them are as talented as him, and none of them are the same age, that prime 26, 25, 25, 27-year-old age that Kittle's at. So it'll be interesting, but I think this tight end record-setting contract will stay for a while.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Kittle's record holding contract will break that tight end market, and we'll have to see if there are any other potential tight ends that get paid more or the same amount as Kittle. And this will do it for our breaking news video about George Kittle. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.